Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a video that's a bit different than what I usually do. I actually wanted to talk about something really cool that I did last summer. So the reason why I chose to do it now is because it involves my favorite show, Pretty Little Liars, and if you watch it, then you know that the season finale will be on Tuesday, March 18th. So, because it's really soon, I thought that I would just talk about something really awesome that I actually got to do, which involves Pretty Little Liars. So, last April, I kept getting a phone call on my cell phone, and I wasn't able to answer because I was in class. So, when I did finally get to see my phone, I had like three missed calls, and I had no idea who it was. So, I didn't call back or anything because I was like, well, if it's important, they'll call me again. So I Googled the number and to see if I could do a reverse lookup or something. And I had a mixed review of things. So some people said, don't answer this number, it's fake. Some people said, no, it's real. I won a trip, I won a contest, I won this, I won that from comedy and CTV and all that. So I was thinking, like, I haven't entered anything. What are they calling me for? So literally 5 minutes after that, my phone rings and it was the number again. So I picked up, and the person asked for me, and I said, yeah, this is Jessica. And she told me that I qualified to win a trip for two to Los Angeles to the set of Pretty Little Liars. So I'm just like, what? I was so caught off guard. And so I was like, okay, well, what do I have to do? And she said, you have to answer a skill testing question. And I said, okay. And then she said, you can use a calculator. So I'm thinking, oh my God, it's going to be so hard. I'm going to lose on a trip because I can't do math. But it ended up being super simple. It was like 7 plus 4 minus 1, it's like something silly like that. So I got it right, thank God. And she said, okay, well, congratulations. You just won a trip for two to LA. And I was just so caught off guard. I didn't believe her at all. And now she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, so congratulations. And then I said, thank you. Are you going to send all this to me? And she said, yeah, I'll send it to you right now. And she confirmed my email address and all that. And then she said, oh, you also won $1,000. So we need to confirm your address is right and everything. So she said it. And I said, yes. So at this point, I'm just thinking, there's no way that I just won a trip for two to LA, a trip to the set of Pretty Little Liars, and $1,000. Like, that doesn't happen. So, like 5 minutes later, an email comes in my inbox from Bell Media saying, congratulations, here's all the terms and conditions. I need you to sign this back so that we can get your boarding pass and all the correct information. So I'm freaking out. Like, I just won a $5,000 trip to LA. So I'm like calling my friends, I'm going nuts. And so then I called Alex because obviously I was bringing him. So I was freaking out, and we are just like, oh my God, we're going to LA, we're going to LA. And I was at school in Toronto, so I had to tell him over the phone, which kind of sucked, but it was really exciting no matter what. And so then it took a while for us to get everything finalized. We ended up going in August. We left August 7th, and then we came home the 11th, and it was so awesome. We flew there from Toronto. It was about a 5 hour flight, I think. So we left at 6 p.m. our time, and LA is 3 hours behind. So by the time we got there, I think it was around 8, 9 o'clock, I think. And then we had a car and everything pick us up at the airport, and they had my name on a sign. It was so cool. And so then he got all our luggage and everything, and we were just driving. And because I live in Ontario, I'm so used to like buying alcohol at the LCBO. So I said to the driver, I said, "Oh, can you just stop at like a liquor store so that we can pick up some alcohol?" He kind of looked at me weird and was like, "Okay." So then he pulled in, and it's just literally like an Avondale, like a corner store, and it just says like liquor, and it's like lighting up everywhere, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So basically they're on like every single corner. There was one across the street from the hotel, so I felt really bad that he drove us there. But yeah, so we checked into the hotel, and it was so nice. It was called the Lowe's Hollywood Hotel. So when we got there, I think we were on the 11th or the 14th floor, I can't remember, and we walked in and we had a huge room, and then you open the windows and it was like the most gorgeous view of like the Hollywood Hills and everything, but of course it was dark out. And even though Alex didn't believe me, I said that the Hollywood sign doesn't light up. He was so adamant that it did, and then when we opened the curtains it was pitch black. So I was right. And then we walked down, like once we got all our stuff together, we were so hungry. So we walked out of our hotel, and right away was the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So we saw a whole bunch of stars. And then we ended up eating at Buffalo Wild Wings because literally everything was closed because it was a Wednesday night at like 11. So that kind of sucked because I was looking forward to some good food, and they were super slow. But anyways, so we went back to the hotel. I wouldn't go to sleep until like 1 or 2 a.m. in LA. So that was like 4 or 5 o'clock for us. And we had been awake since really, really early the night before. So we were super tired and we went to sleep. And then I remember waking up the next morning and realizing where we were. And I just ran to the window and I opened up the curtains, and it was like the most beautiful view I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Just you looked over and you perfectly saw the Hollywood Hills sign and everything. Like if you follow me on Twitter, you will see my header photo, and that's our view from Hollywood, of the Hollywood Hills. It was so nice. So then, once Alex finally woke up, we went shopping a lot. We had a hotel, no, connected to our hotel was a mall, and it was so cool. They had so many nice stores. They had like Sephora, Blackjack, Guess, and then a whole bunch of stores that I never even heard of. So it was amazing. We just like walked around and we did a lot of fun stuff. And then later that night, oh my god, this is like such an embarrassing story, but it's funny at the same time. So we really wanted to go clubbing, but sadly, in the States, the drinking age is 21. I am used to, because I'm Canadian, it's 19 here, and Alex was 21, so it was fine. But since we went August 8th or 7th, my birthday's September 3rd, so I was like 3.5 weeks off of being 21. So I was upset. But in Canada, we do our dates differently than the States. So at the pool, I brought my ID to him, and the guy said, "Oh, when's your birthday?" So I just said to him March 9th because he read it backwards. So then I got served, so I was happy. So I thought, okay, let's go to a club. I'm going to get in. It's going to be awesome. So we go to this like super cool club. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a 21 plus, and the guy was just like, "Come back in 3 weeks." And I said, "No, I'm 21." He said, "No, you're not. Come back in 3 weeks." So I was really upset because I knew there was 18 plus clubs, but the one that was connected to our hotel at the mall was closed on Thursday nights for private events, and I just really wanted to go out clubbing. So Alex was like, "Don't worry, we're still gonna go out and have fun and everything." So we went to the concierge desk, and she told us to go to Club Avalon, and we said okay. So we're walking and walking and walking, and then Alex sees it, and he's like, "Oh, this is it." And I said, "Okay, cool." So we go inside and we pay our cover and everything, and it looks like a normal club, and I was like, all right, this is pretty good. I remember like they were playing Cruella, and I love them, so I was happy with the music. And then a drag queen comes on stage and starts dancing to Beyonce, Who Run the World, and I was like, oh, this is cool, like the entertainment, this is amazing. So after like 20, 30 minutes, Alex and I both decided that we had to go to the washroom. So we went to the bathroom, and then when we got out, Alex wanted a drink, so he went to the bar. And this guy came up to me and he was hitting on me, saying, "Oh, well, let me buy you a drink. Oh, come over to my booth, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, no. And then this other guy came up to me and he's just like, "Hi." And I said, "Hi." He said, "Who are you here with?" And he gave me kind of a weird look. I said, "My fiance." He said, "That boy over there, right?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Why are you here?" I said, "Because we're from Toronto and like we want a trip and we want to go clubbing." He said, "You know this is a gay bar, right?" And then I turned around that very moment, and there was boys dancing in their underwear, And I was like, oh my god. So Alex was pretty drunk at this point. So I'm just like, Alex, baby, like, this is a gay bar. Are you okay right now? And he was like, oh my god, cool. So I was like, okay, whatever. So it was actually a really fun night, but I just can't believe that I felt so bad because this was the first time Alex ever went to a club and I brought him out on gay night. So I felt really bad, but we ended up having a really fun time. And then another thing that we did a lot in LA was go to In-N-Out, which is a fast food chain on the West Coast, and it is to die for. Oh my god. I would go back to California in a second because it's gorgeous there, but mainly for In-N-Out. It was so, so good. We went every single day. I wanted to go twice a day sometimes, but I didn't want to get fat. And so then on the next day, we went to Warner Brothers Studio and we had a VIP tour of the Warner Brothers lot, but mainly focused on the Pretty Little Liars set. So they gave me this picture. It's kind of like off-centered right now because it fell in my frame. But so yeah, this is signed from all the girls. And then I was allowed to take pictures for most of it. So I got to see all of the rooms, and I was actually surprised to see that a lot of the rooms like doubled as other rooms, and it was so small. I know some shows have actual houses that they work in, and so I've never been to a set before, so to see how small it really is was really cool. And they showed me like some things that hadn't aired yet, so I had to sign like a waiver to not talk about it to people and everything. And so then we went to the next part of the lot where you're not allowed to take pictures, and they were filming a scene. And literally, the second that I walked in, I saw this girl walking towards me, and she was in like a bathrobe. And she just looks at me and says, hi. And I said hi back. And then I realized that it was Troian, the girl that plays Spencer. And so then Alex said hi to her too. And then when she was out of our view, I just turned to him. I was like, oh my god, we just said hi to Spencer. He's like, calm down. She's just a real person. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So I was like so happy. And then we went behind the screen, kind of like they had a sound part and it was blocked off by like wood barriers, and Toby was filming a shirtless scene, and it was so nice because he came out. I didn't get to say hi to him, which made me really sad because on Instagram beforehand he actually liked one of my pictures and commented on them, and I told him that I would be in LA on those dates. So I just really wanted to meet him and be like, do you remember me? But sadly I didn't get to talk to him, but I saw him topless, so worth it, I think. And then afterwards, I got to go to the Warner Brothers store, so I bought a few things. And then also at the mall where we went to, that was connected to our hotel, it had a massive Hello Kitty store called Sanrio. And at first, I heard about it when I went to New York City, and I bought a steering wheel cover for my car. And then when I went to the one in LA, it was so much nicer, and that's where I actually got my Hello Kitty house coat that you saw in my last video. So yeah, I went crazy in the Hello Kitty store. I think I spent like $100, but I also got stuff for my sister because it was her birthday and she's 11, so that makes more sense than me being 21. But yeah, and then that night we went out clubbing again, and this time it was at the hotel near, sorry, the club near our hotel. It was connected, and so it was really easy to get to. We didn't have to worry about walking really far. We just had to wait in line for a while. So that was really fun. And then on our last day, this Saturday, we took a bus to Beverly Hills and we walked down Rodeo Drive and we did a bit of shopping, and I got a necklace at Juicy Couture on Rodeo Drive because I just really wanted to say I got something on Rodeo Drive, and at that point I had spent basically all the money I won. So yeah, I just got a necklace from Juicy, but it's still really cute. And then we went to Target and I bought like a really nice pink blanket. And then we went back to the hotel carrying a whole bunch of stuff. It took us like 30 minutes to walk back, and our hands were so full. And then we had to pack our suitcases again, which sucked because I had bought so much that we had to sit on the suitcase. And I was 2 pounds away from going over on my suitcase, so that sucked. And then the next day, the car picked us back up at the hotel, brought us to LAX. And then when we came back home at the Pearson Airport in Toronto, we were going through customs, and the lady was like, "Oh, I think that guy is famous," and I couldn't see, so I just kept walking. And then I walked by him, and I realized it was Robin Thicke, the guy that sings Blurred Lines. So I was just like, I made direct eye contact with him, and then I just kept walking. I wanted to ask him what rhymes with hug me, because Alex doesn't believe me on the word that I say rhymes with hug me. So I just wanted Robin to clarify that, but that didn't happen. But yeah, so overall, it was honestly like the best experience of my life. I'm so lucky to have been able to win that, and also to be able to bring Alex. It was amazing. Definitely, I like don't think anything will ever top that. Even like our honeymoon, because this was free, first of all, and it was both our first time going to California and everything, and we've been best friends for 8 years. So to be able to do that together was really awesome, and we were really happy to go together, and we were just so like happy and thankful the whole time that we were able to do something so cool. And also, I wrote a blog post for Much Music, because that's who I won the trip for. So as long as it's still on the website, I will definitely link it down below. And then there's a few pictures inside of that, so you can see it. And also, if you follow me on Twitter, I have a few pictures on there, and on Instagram I have a lot of pictures, and I think on Tumblr I put a few. So you can follow me on any of those social media things, and you can see my pictures, and I'll look for the blog post for you guys. So yeah, basically the moral of this story is just apply for contests, because you can be like me and go to LA, and it's pretty awesome. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's pretty different than what I usually do, but I just really wanted to let you guys know about this awesome experience. So if you have any questions about my trip, definitely let me know down below, and thank you for watching.